It's March 31st, 2020, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, and this is my last roll of toilet paper. Pray for me. Last Thursday was supposed to be opening day for Major League Baseball, but the season has been suspended due to the coronavirus pandemic. Owners and players both want to eventually play as many games as possible, with an eye on maybe starting games as early as June, even if they play in front of no fans. This is not unprecedented, as the Miami Marlins have been playing in front of no fans for years. There is some new advice out on how to deal with the coronavirus. Do not, under any circumstances, visit your parents. That advice came from my dad. President Trump stated he hoped the coronavirus would be finished by Easter. The coronavirus replied Easter was too soon. It was thinking more like Memorial Day. Trump said Memorial Day was too late and proposed April 26th, National Hug a Friend Day. Negotiations between the two went on for a bit until they finally agreed on May 3rd, which will make for the most epic Cinco de Mayo ever. It was announced Just Born Confectionery would halt production of their famous marshmallow treat, Peeps. Now, before you panic, the company stated they have already produced and shipped the entire Easter supply of Peeps to all outlets. If, however, your retailer does run out of Peeps, the company recommends you do the next best thing: chew on a sponge. Speaking of closures, Waffle House announced they are temporarily closing over 400 of their locations, primarily along the Gulf Coast and in the Midwest. For consumers affected by this decision and missing that great Waffle House taste, the company recommends chewing on a dirty sponge. It's fair. Over fears of COVID-19 spreading in their correctional facilities, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced over 300 inmates will be released from New York's famous Rikers Island jail. But not that inmate. Not going anywhere. Ford and General Electric are teaming up to build tens of thousands of ventilators, the manufacturers announced Monday, the latest development in a massive effort to retool existing U.S. manufacturing and supply chain capabilities for the treatment of COVID-19 patients. Wells Fargo also announced on Monday that they will contribute to the effort by opening a fake savings and checking account in the name of every COVID-19 patient. Police in Buxton, England, a town 3 hours north of London, have poured black dye into their Blue Lagoon in order to prevent people from visiting during the quarantine. The Buxton police then took a weed whacker to all the flowers, burned down the trees, and attempted to shoot down the sun. Might be a little overkill there. A message in a bottle thrown into the Atlantic Ocean in Germany in 2001 finally found its way ashore Friday in southern Ireland. The 19-year-old bottle was immediately opened, and the message inside was 3 simple words: wash your hands. Like we mentioned at the top of the show, in breaking news, it's the last day of March. In traditional folklore, it is said that March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. Given recent events, that saying is now, March comes in like a lion and goes out like an asshole. Hopefully we'll find out tomorrow that this is just the biggest April Fool's joke ever. And speaking of going out like an asshole, that's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. In the meantime, we have more classic Sketchworks comedy on our YouTube channel and social medias, so have a watch, subscribe, like, and follow, why don't you? I'm Brian Troxel.